You could have had a bad bitch, not committal. Help you with your career, just a little. You supposed to hold me down.
So as I mentioned earlier, we have King Q on today's show. We are talking everything business, everything money, everything that requires us to secure the bag and get that coin. So she's here to tell us about what she's doing this weekend on the 1st. I mean, the girl is making moves, she's making money. So I really want you guys to come out and support her. So we're going to ask her what she's been doing, what she's been up to, what King Q Imperium is, why she's, like, the girl is busy. So please, let's just give her a chance to tell us what her event is about for this weekend.
Okay, so my event is basically around food all the way. I'm bringing about people coming together, having drinks together, socializing, but the main focus is good food, because I know how much of foodies we are these days. You know, people take pictures of food all the time, and we all love, you know, having really, really good food these days. So it's about food.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited because it's not many young black women who start their own businesses. So I just want to know from you, like, what do you think, Paul, not what do you think, I mean, you're doing it.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start securing your own bag?
Sure. So I've always had a long history of being an entrepreneur at heart. So once I left high school, I thought to myself, well, I have to start putting it to practice, you know. And once I saw some results here and there, I actually thought to myself, I could actually do this, you know, and I did, and I'm doing it, and it's fantastic. You know, it's also about growing the economy, creating employment. So it's a little bit of everything in between, and growing yourself as a human being financially and, you know, globally as a person.
That's amazing, because I think even earlier on we were speaking about gender-based violence, and the things that contribute a lot to gender-based violence is the economic oppression of women. And as you said, it's important for us to have our own coin, have our own bag, but at the same time, we also need to be empowered. We also need to see other women doing it so that we can also do it as well. That's what I feel genuinely. So when you came up with this whole thing, I was like, yes, because I love food.
Everybody was like, not everybody, but most people were like, oh my God, can't wait, because, you know, we love food, and that's the purpose of the event. So let's see, let's munch our way into Sunday and just start December on a good note.
I'm so excited because I see you also provide catering. So as I said, the girl is best.
Very vast, but for now, let's focus on the event at hand.
Oh my gosh. So, okay. Now, the event on Sunday.
Yes.
The people who are attending, how much is the ticket? Cooler boxes, alcoholic beverages? So, so you can just tell them can they bring their own cooler boxes?
You can bring your own cooler box. Like I had mentioned to you, you know, it's very selfish for a business person to expect your customer to be buying everything from you. So if at least, you know, they're paying for their own cooler boxes and the entrance and the food, so it will be selfish for me to sell alcohol at the event, because then it's another expenditure for them, you know, and alcohol, obviously the pricing won't be the same as what they would have initially bought it at any other store or their preference stores, like their preferred stores.
Okay, that's good. I am a huge facts person, so what I've realized in South Africa is that not many women are given a platform to start their own businesses. They're not given funding to start their own businesses. We are looked at as high risk people to invest in, and people don't want to invest in high risk people. So what I want to start seeing, and especially that I see in you, is that women need to start being go-getters. Like, go get it by any means. Like, whatever you need to do, I think you should go right ahead and do it. Because in January, we'll be starting SMME workshops for women who want to start their own businesses and want to be successful. So my question is, I know that you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
What does it take for you to eventually get on top and like, okay, this is something that I have in my mind and it's actually
Well,
going to
I'm
go
not
do
on
well?
top yet. I'm like 60% through where I initially wanted
But it's
to be.
60% more than most, so.
It is actually, but it's difficult, like you said, for a woman to crack through because we are seen as high risks. And I have encountered, situations where I've went to boardroom meetings with corporate people with men and everything, and I was one of the few women chosen for maybe a certain project and so forth. And then it would get to a point where maybe my business has to be funded and then something from me is expected in return.
Okay.
So this is where we have to mainly break down, because a lot of young women getting into business, a lot of businessmen tend to take advantage of them. So if you do not have a backbone, that's why I'm not where I want to be yet, because I turned down
Many
those people,
things.
those people because I couldn't bring myself to it. I couldn't bring myself to give a piece of me for my hard work. Because at the end of the day, the project you are presenting, the business idea you are presenting, it's all from you. It's rooted from you. It's not something you took from somebody else. So somebody wants to take advantage of that and turn their power into something a sexual transaction, and I just couldn't.
I think that's what the patriarchal system
Yeah.
it does. It has this clause in every single thing,
Sure.
especially when it comes to the upward mobility of women. I think that's where we have a glass ceiling as women. We can only achieve so much. You can only do so much until you are either expected to do something in return or when you are just blocked. So I understand when you say there are a lot of things that you could have done, but just because you decided to get there on merit, because there's nothing better than having your own thing, knowing that you didn't get it by going on your knees or some shit. But you didn't get it via, you did it on your own. And that's very important. I think girls need to hear that.
No, definitely. That's what I'm trying to teach. I love kids. So that's the main thing that I'm trying to teach kids these days, that you have to have a backbone. Even for men, there's a lot of people that try to take advantage of the person you are, the smart person you are, the business idea you bring about, and they try to make it about something else. So they're like, I have the funds, but, this is what needs to happen. And you ask yourself, how many people have actually gone through this? How many people are still going through this? So it's very challenging as a young businesswoman, because it's like,
I understand.
it's a lot
I
you have to
understand.
deal with, and really, really bring yourself to it and push through it, even when it's tough.
Even recently myself, when I started, registering the business and going to CIPC and making sure that my name is on databases, I got to a point where, okay, I'm meeting with people and they're telling me, okay, this is what you must do for you to get in the database. I'm like, before I went there, I know the process, I researched my process. I know, I go there with my documents. They'll be like, no, put this aside. Let's do this and this. I'm like, okay, well, that's very nice to know that you have a person.
Yeah.
I will move on to the next
The next
person who will
yeah.
give me something, because I think
it's sad that you have to go through several people to just get an innocent thing done. Like CIPC registration, that's for business registration, right? I did it myself because I felt, I'm given, an easier way of doing it. So
or you can do it online now, by the way. There is a situation.
Register. It's only
150 bucks.
Yeah,
150 now.
150. So that's how I basically. I decided I'm just gonna do it myself, and I just took it from there.
Do it yourself.
Yes, but also like you say, you have an SMME.
There's going to be a workshop for ladies to learn how to begin a business, how to apply for tenders, how to get registered on the databases.
You see, this is the thing. I've went to so many shit. You lie, you kid me not. So I really, truly believe that there is a flaw in our system, right? As we teach people, I think we've done a lot of teaching. I'm not saying we've done enough, but I'm saying we've done a lot of teaching where we teach people, places like CETA, they teach you how to put together your business plan or how to go about it and all those other nitty-gritty things. My problem is once startup businesses start to apply for tenders, for funds, for grants, whatever the case may be, the flaw in our system, I feel, is your application is probably not successful, or whatever the case may be, or they're rejected or whatever, but they do not tell you that it is. You know after 3 weeks, okay, I probably didn't get the tender, or I probably didn't get the deal, or I probably didn't get the funding. I feel there should be a system in place to say, okay, Q, right? You applied for this specific funding, right? Your funding, your application for the funding was unsuccessful due to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that moving forward, I know exactly what is expected of me. Now my thing is unsuccessful. They do not let me know. How will then I know when to improve or how to do things much better than I have?
And you know what is also frustrating about it is you have to have a 12-month cool-off period after you've applied for funding.
Yeah.
So if you're unsuccessful in this one application for funding, which was something that you were like really, really invested in, you have to wait a year until you apply for funding again. Which is
from the same institution?
Yeah, from the same institution.
Okay.
They have to give you like a 12-month cool-off period.
Is that all? Well, I don't know about this.
No, they have to give you like a cool-off period. You can't apply for, let's say they have a maximum amount, you as a company have a maximum amount of funding to apply for. You say you apply for funding from NYDA, you apply for funding from SEDA, wherever you're applying for funding. If you have applied for funding consecutively in those 3 spaces, you are given a 12-month cool-off period. You can't continuously apply for funding.
Is it?
Yeah,
But these are the things that they don't tell people these days.
I think women. When I did an episode on the 4th Industrial Revolution and how women can maximize from it, how we can. It's a new revolution. It's something that we all starting on a blank, clean slate. It's something that we can take charge of. The same thing with business.
Yeah.
We aren't, of course, starting on like a balanced, clean slate or whatnot.
Sure.
But we need to start making it accessible. Like, people think it's a mission to start a business, to register it, to do all of that, and it's not. People are afraid of the limitations they set themselves in their head, and especially women. We are very hard on ourselves. We don't give ourselves the freedom to dream and the freedom to have passion because we always got shit to take care of. Got limitations as well, but we always have other things and other people to take care of, so that when you want to take flight and you want to exceed or want to succeed in something, as women, unfortunately, we're always forced to, and it's not a matter of forced to, but it's something we innately do. We innately always want to take care of other people before we take care of ourselves, which is the problem. It's very instinctive to always want to make things better for everyone. So I just think that with regards to starting a business and having it run successfully, you need to 100% like be selfish with your time, selfish with your energy, because it takes men. Find it's very easier to start and succeed in businesses because they're not mothers, they're not wives, they don't have all these responsibilities, and also not all these challenges stacked up against them. I've never seen a guy say, you know what, I applied for a job and this guy said I must give him some sausage. You know? I've never heard something like that. So I think it's.
I actually heard 2 stories. For me, the first one I heard, I was like, what? It happens to men too. I was really shocked because I've never heard men don't speak about it as often as women do. And I feel also men aren't taken serious as much in such cases as women do. Because then people laugh it off. Like, you were offered cookie and you didn't. It's like, dude, I didn't want to sleep with this woman to get to a certain position or to get a certain job. Don't forget, it's not only men in these big industries that want to sleep with young girls. There's older women as well who sees a young guy and says, well, I can give you a job, but you can be my, Ben 10 for the night or whatever the case may be. And it's sad.
I think that the main issue with that, men and women, we have this power-hungry thing. It just comes to our head. I don't
know. It causes some adrenaline rush in us